Ho ho! Hello, everyone. Welcome to Why So Silly, it's a nerd podcast. A little bit of a Christmas themed episode today, but before we jump into all of that, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope you're all enjoying the festive season as it is now upon us. It is Christmas Eve's Eve. And we're nearly there for the holiday season. But of course, if you don't know where to find us, you can always find Why So Serious on TikTok, Instagram, X, of course, here on YouTube as well, where you can go back years and find over 300 plus episodes. But if YouTube's not your thing, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can find podcasts, you'll pretty much find Why So Serious. And if you want to get someone a late Christmas gift, if you haven't worked out quite what to get someone yet, or you just want to support the show in general, because Caleb needs a laptop, JD needs some wireless headphones, Dave needs a trimmer for his hair, you can always get some of the Why So Serious merch. You can find on the on our links across all of our social media. Get yourself t-shirts, hoodies, cups, plenty of Why So Serious merch out there. So get on and get yourself a little late Christmas gift, or just support the pod in general. That would be lovely. But we are here today to chat about some Christmas-based superhero stuff. And I am joined by the lovely Christmassy JD. How you doing, JD?
Hello, Andy. Yes, as per requested, got the Christmas sweatshirt. This is actually Dwight themed from The Office.
Ooh.
Something about a Dwight Christmas instead of a white Christmas. So, not bad. It's The Office. Love Christmas, so let's get into it. Love Christmas movies.
Indeed, Christmas movies, that's going to be like the general topic. We're going to get into some superhero ones later on, but let's just chat Christmas in general. What would you say are your favorite Christmas movies?
Well, Elf is the first one that comes to mind immediately. That's got to be just number one. It's Will Ferrell. It's just amazing. The whole thing is so fun and heartfelt. Everything about it. Home Alone.
Yeah.
Home Alone 1. That's probably number 2. So those are my two go-to Christmas movies for the traditional watch on Christmas Eve. But a couple sneakers. Well, Die Hard. Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
No, it's not.
Is it not? Because it's on a list of Christmas movies.
It's a big debate in our house because my wife loves Die Hard and says it's a Christmas movie. I say it's not. I saw Macaulay Culkin did an interview a couple of days ago where he said it's not a Christmas movie because you could put it before Thanksgiving or Easter or any other major holiday event and it would still be this exact same film. It just happens to take place on Christmas Eve. It doesn't make it a Christmas film. But I kind of have to let it go because some of the content I'm talking about later just happens to be around Christmas, and therefore I've included it on our list. So I guess I kind of have to give that a pass.
All right, what about this one though? The Night Before with Seth Rogen.
Oh, okay, yeah, I watched that one. Yeah, that was awful.
So funny, dude. I love that movie. Very Christmassy, very funny, dude. His wife is cool with him doing like this, all this different array of drugs, I guess. She's like, you don't even know how to dose this stuff out. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Very Christmassy.
What about, I mean, just chatting about your list quickly, Elf. Don't hate me for this. I think Elf is incredibly overrated.
Okay, well,
I
like Christmas apparently, so that's fine.
That's not fair. Look behind me. I mean, where's your Christmas decorations? I don't see any up there behind you.
Have Dwight on me, bro. That's all you ever need.
Yeah, but it's American Office, so it's not as good, is it? It's not even like the original character.
I actually haven't seen the UK, so I can't speak on that.
Wow, maybe you should. If you want to watch proper class, watch the UK one.
I'll give it a shot. I love The Office so much. It's definitely the best comedy ever, period. I mean, you used to be able to just watch it on Netflix and stuff too. I don't know. I don't even know what app it streams on right now.
I don't know. It's because I go in and out with Will Ferrell. I think that's the issue. Is like the more ridiculous the role that he does, the less I tend to like him. Even though Anchorman is probably still one of the greatest films he's ever done, and I do love Anchorman, but I think the more ridiculous a role he plays, the less I actually like him in it. I prefer him when he's a bit more down to earth and grounded as an actor. I think he can play a serious role.
How about his short role in Wedding Crashers? Mom, the Meatloaf.
Yeah, okay, that was amusing. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay,
yeah,
grounded.
But was it Step Brothers? He was in.
Of course.
John C. Reilly. Again, incredibly overrated film.
I agree with you. I'm with you. I'm not a big fan of it. They are obnoxiously screaming at each other for 50% of that movie, and there's some funny stuff. It's not a terrible movie, but very overrated.
I mean, it's a classic movie. I don't know if you've seen it. It turns out that far less Americans have seen this than UK based people, simply because it was more of a UK Christmas film. But Love Actually,
Nope.
nope. So Hugh Grant is the main, and he plays like the Prime Minister. There's a bunch of, basically, if you know like British TV, there's so many British people in it. It's unreal. But Hugh Grant's probably one of the biggest names in it. Keira Knightley is in it. Andrew Lincoln, that you probably know from The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
he's in there as well. But it's just like one of those heartfelt Christmas rom-coms, I suppose, in a way. I think another one I always put on my Christmas list because I absolutely love it, Gremlins.
Nope.
You've seen Gremlins though, right?
Nope.
You've not seen Gremlins. Why are we even on this show together?
Not too Christmas cultured. I pretty much got the couple classics down. Well, I think that
Gremlins
helps.
is a classic, though.
I know. I shouldn't have
it's an
said
all-time
it like
classic.
I got my traditional ones down, and I guess I should branch out more. But really, this kind of comes and goes, and then in January we all kind of forget about the lights. And
Well, that's true. But then, like I don't know if you guys have it over there in America either, but there's an animated short film called The Snowman.
Probably.
It's been around since like the 1980s.
It's like the classic snowman movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like the snowman that comes to life and goes off flying with the kid and stuff.
Very nostalgic, yeah.
Yeah, I watch that every year, and I bought the DVD so I can one day I'm going to get my daughter to watch it as well. I just remember when I was a kid, there was a bunch of novels by I can't remember the bloody name now. It's going to annoy me, but he wrote them about Father Christmas. So like after he did like two of them. There's like one that follows Father Christmas throughout his night of obviously delivering presents, and he's like this grumpy fat British Santa Claus, and he's just quite sarcastic as a Santa, and just going around the night, and how he's like struggling to fit down chimneys because he's put on weight throughout the year and stuff. And then there's one where it's like finishes. The second one is right after he finishes having done his deliveries on Christmas, and then he goes on holiday, and it just follows him going to different places on holiday and stuff. And he's just like going to Italy and trying food, goes to France and tries the snails and gets sick. And then he's like, I'm off to Vegas. But he's like built a caravan that's pulled along by all the reindeer, so he flies everywhere with the reindeer. And it's not. He's like, I'm not getting commercial airlines. Sod that.
That sounds like. Oh, well, have you seen Violent Night? I have not seen it doing, but that's
I went to the cinema and saw it last year. It was a good film.
Is it good?
Enjoyable, yeah, for a Christmas movie, yeah, because it is violent, it is funny, and the deaths are like it's just like comedy deaths in a way.
Oh, is it like a horror thing, like a slasher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like a comedy horror in a way, but like
is David Harbour the slasher?
Yeah, he's the Father Christmas in it.
No way.
Because it's like I think it's something like it's because like I think his like strength and power comes from people believing in Father Christmas, and as time has gone on, less and less people believe in him. But then like he goes on this. He tries to stop people, ends up murdering a bunch of them on like Christmas Eve and stuff. But then he's like fading away or losing strength because people don't believe in him. And then like these kids all see him doing this stuff and they start to believe in him and he gets his strength back and stuff. It's like obviously it's got a little Christmas in there, but it's hilarious. And the fact that he's just going around literally just killing the shit out of people.
Is the slaughtering he's doing making more people believe in him?
But yeah, it's a good one. I think they are doing a second one of it as well.
Okay.
But it's just it's a fun film to watch. Maybe not with the kids, but it's still fun either way. But I mean, Christmas films aside, what does Christmas in the Dart household look like generally? What do you guys do over Christmas and Christmas Day?
Lately, it's been weird, man. It's after growing up in California and then going to college in Montana, moving away from home. That was even before the military, and it's been like less, it's been smaller Christmases for about a decade since then because family's all over the place now. Friends are all over the place now. I got really good friends in Montana and then we kind of want to go home, but then there's, everyone's all spread out in California. So here this year, my folks are in Idaho, or we just moved temporarily. And, it's just going to be us, kind of a small Christmas there. Usually it's everyone, the grandparents, everything. But it's been really kind of chaotic the last 10 years. So, I mean, it's been 4 or 5 years in Montana because after I graduated college, I stayed there and I loved it. Just stayed there for a while. And then after that, military for 4 years. And then here I am in Idaho. So yeah, we've been all over the place, man. But we've had small Christmases lately. Usually they're a lot bigger and more festive.
Fair. Yeah, mine tend to be quite small. 'Cause I don't really have many people around where I live, so it's literally obviously just me and my wife and our daughter at the moment. And we just have a quiet one on Christmas Day. Obviously, I cook a big Christmas lunch, being the chef in the house and all. So get to I mean, Christmas dinner. Do you guys do a proper like full on Christmas dinner? Like, I guess it's the same as Thanksgiving for you, isn't it? Like food
No,
wise.
we do prime rib for Christmas usually, and I don't know about the sides, kind of randomly, but crab on Christmas Eve is very traditional for us. So good real crab, by the way.
Nice. I mean, when I used to be single, I just used to go out drinking on Christmas Eve. Like me and my friends would all get together, and we would all just go out and have drinks and stuff, and enjoy ourselves. And then Christmas Day, it's just like a traditional what we call a roast dinner. I guess it's similar to what you guys call Thanksgiving. So, Cara,
Star French. Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining.
And for subbing as well, apparently. I appreciate that always. Always nice to have new followers.
Thank you.
So yeah, I mean,
five viewers. There's not only one there.
Yeah, we're on multiple sides, Cara. So you're not the only one. Thank you. But yeah, we get roast potatoes, meat, pigs in blankets. Although pigs in blankets, I understand are different in America because from what I understand, in America, pigs in blankets is like sausage wrapped in pastry.
Pancake, yeah.
Whereas for us, it's sausage wrapped in bacon. That's what a pig in blanket is.
Wait, what is it?
It's sausage wrapped in bacon.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So like double pork
like
for the win.
Flesh blanket. He's like a chainsaw kind of.
So it's just like a mini sausage wrapped in like streaky bacon or the normal bacon for you guys. So.
My blankets are skin of my own flesh too.
Nice. Got to lose weight somehow. Carve a bit off. It's fine. But yeah, we get the whole like roasties, veggies, meat, everything on there. So we've got to love that on Christmas Day, and then we just pig out on that, and then just snacks in the evening, and then Boxing Day is where we have like party food. So we get a bunch of party food from the supermarket and just have that on Boxing Day. So it's just nice, just a few good snacks, and then we just as much chocolate as we can possibly fit into our bodies over that time as well.
Yeah. We do a lot of good baking too, or my mom and wife will, and make a really good, just a bunch of Christmas sweets like these chocolate covered peanut butter balls and these what are they called, haystacks, these crunchy like Chinese noodles that you stuff together in a ball and dip it in chocolate, and they're called haystacks. Yeah, good stuff. You have how about from your childhood excuse me, childhood, like a best gift? Like what gift is most memorable?
Ooh, I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's memorable, but it's like traditional. For some reason they started a thing in our family where we used to gift each other. I don't know if you have it over there, like Terry's chocolate orange.
No, maybe not.
So it's basically like, well, it's chocolate orange, obviously orange flavored chocolate, but it's done in segments, so it looks like an orange. Like if you ever look it up, it's just like a massive chocolate ball essentially that's just like in segments, and you just like hit it on the top and it breaks up, it open to the sediment. It's a bit like if you like split open an orange and it just falls into the segments.
Interesting.
But obviously, chocolate orange flavored
witchcraft.
And so we used to get those in our stockings like all the time, along with I guess everyone else, like the chocolate coins and stuff that you get. That was always in there. But yeah, that was probably the most traditional thing. And for some reason, an actual like apple and orange. I think that was just so my parents were like, let's balance it out. You've got loads of chocolate, let's give you some fruit in there as well. But just always waking up. And like, it's funny when you get to an adult, like how dumb must I have sounded sometimes when I used to wake up in the middle of the night and go, I'm sure I just heard Santa downstairs at like 2 a.m. My parents are like, yeah, he's probably been. And it's just like how dumb you sounded to them going, I heard Santa Claus downstairs. And like, yeah.
Pretty sure I heard him, Mom and Dad. I was wondering if he was real. I heard that dude. He was down there. Trespassing, by the way.
Yeah. And then resisting the temptation to get up at 6 a.m. and run downstairs and open all the presents before everyone else was awake and able to do so and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I suppose it was a lot more family based when I was a kid. And obviously, since I've been an adult, I haven't had as much family stuff around. So it's been, because I was a chef, I mostly worked Christmas for most of my adult life. So it's only been the last, 5-6 years I've not worked Christmas. So yeah, I'm usually used to working on Christmas Day, and I never used to mind that at all because it used to be the most fun time for me. because it used to be the easiest day of the year as well, because everyone's pre-booked. You know exactly what everyone's eating. You know exactly what time they're coming. So we used to have like 2 sittings where like people would come in and, you know, obviously bang the starters and mains and desserts out. You're always allowed a couple of drinks whilst you're working as well, as long as you're not getting drunk, because obviously you're in a kitchen and you want to be safe. And then you're done by like 4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, you get like 4 or 5 beers, get a little bit tipsy maybe. You're still obviously able to do your job, and then finish by 5 o'clock. Then we used to all go around to like our manager's house in the evening, and he'd all invite us round, and we'd all just get drunk and stuff and play games and whatever. And it used to be the most fun day, like working it. And because it's Christmas, you get paid a bit more. You walk away with tips as well, which the kitchen staff didn't normally get. And obviously, people are buying you loads of drinks throughout the day anyway, from the customer's point of view. So I absolutely used to love it. I used to love working Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. I lost.
No, that's right.
I had a thought about cooking. I used to cook and bartend too, and I was just imagining you as the head chef back there. Even if I was the cook or the bartender, there's a lot of communication with the head chef, and I think that would be a blast. I really wish you were my head chef instead of. I won't name.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why my nickname is the Chef Killer, but that was early on in my career, to be fair. So, but I just used to love working Christmas. It was such a fun time. And then obviously I get my birthday straight after that. We both have similarly timed birthdays around this time of year. So we know what it's like to have a crappy birthday at this time of year when everything else is focused on Christmas. So it's big festive time for all of us. We have birthday celebrations, we have Christmas celebrations. It's all good though. I do love this time of year.
Same. Yeah, I'm December 21st birthday, and then my son's January 24th, and my fourth on the way is going to pop out within a month. She's like February 5th is her due date, and we're expecting her to come a little early, so she'll very likely be January as well. Yeah, so we're stuffed with festivities December and January.
It's going to be fun.
You know what will be fun for you, and your daughter gets older and older and actually appreciates toys in a way. So, you know, seeing the joy on her face is going to be really cool, because my kids are now about that age and they get so stoked for Christmas, and that'll be really fun for you, dude. That'll bring it back to the childhood feelings that you got.
Well, we took her to see Santa the other week, to meet Santa. So we went to this Winter Wonderland thing. And my wife was never originally a fan of Christmas. She's tried to get more into it with me because I love Christmas. And obviously now we've got a family. Obviously my daughter's still at an age where she doesn't really understand what all this is about. So we went to this Winter Wonderland thing. You walk through it. It was so beautifully done. And my wife's just there wanting us to enjoy it. She didn't really care about that much about it herself. My daughter doesn't understand it, and about halfway through, it became all a bit too much for her, and she started crying. and there's just me going. So I'm the one that this is all for, because I'm the only one that understands and loves it.
Yeah. So. The thing that happens with us, since I got twin boys, is they will end up fighting over a toy inevitably. It'll be a very joyous morning of presents, and then they'll kind of pick a favorite, and then the other one's going to decide that's their favorite as well. And then they start fighting and screaming at each other for it. So, you know, what we do obviously is get duplicates of everything. Everything we buy for them is in twos, pairs, but the whole family doesn't really, you know, always do that 100%. So sometimes we get one toy for one toy for the other. And it's like a 99.9% chance it'll cause a screaming fight.
Fair. Yeah, fair. Well, we've got some Christmas-based superhero stuff to chat about. And we've got 4 projects here that are either Christmas included in them, or they were based around Christmas. So we're going to have a chat about them and pick one that's our absolute favourites. So we're starting off with one that apparently you know nothing about, which is always fun to know. So we're starting off with Batman Returns. So you've never seen this film?
I have not seen Batman Returns because I'm not a fan of the Keaton universe. I really, you know, it's a little outdated for me. I never had any kind of, when I was a kid watching these, any nostalgia like that. I've just never been a fan. A little slow for me. Keaton's portrayal as Batman. My favorite portrayal of his Batman was in the Flash movie, which is not a great movie, but he did pretty good. Keaton was cool as Batman in that one. This universe is hard to buy into for me. So I didn't like the Keaton's Batman 1. So I never watched Returns. Is it supposed to be better than number one? Should I watch Batman Returns?
I mean, I think it's the more iconic out of them
Okay.
over the first one, I would say. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say this is like Christmas based. It just happens out of the things we're going to be looking at. This is the one that's probably the one that's most based around. Just it just happens at that time of year. It's not necessarily anything Christmas involved. There's no real Christmas spirit apart from like Danny DeVito's Penguin, like crashes some Christmas parties and stuff like that. So it's probably the least Christmassy one out of the lot. It just happens to be a film that quite a lot of people do love, and it just happens to be around Christmas. So I would still give it a watch. I know you're not a huge fan of it, but still, I was surprised when you said you hadn't watched it, because it was fairly popular on the poll. We're going to look at the results at the end of as well, what everyone voted their favorite one. So yeah, a little bit.
You can't be a freaking talk about being a nerd like I am, but you haven't seen Batman Returns. I should give it a watch just so I have an opinion. Good.
I mean, either way, it's better than half the old Batman ones. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. I'm sure you've seen. I'm sure you've seen like George Clooney's Bat Nipples.
Yeah.
So
that's me as a kid, actually loving it as a kid. I haven't like rewatched that as an adult, and I have no desire to. But I would have no problem believing Batman Returns is way better than those.
Yeah. Okay, then. So yeah, again for me, whilst it's up there simply because it happens that time of year, it's not like the most Christmassy one on the list. But so the next one that we'll move on to then, Iron Man 3. So again, this does happen around Christmas time, but Tony does talk about the Christmas spirit in this and doing things in the Christmas spirit. Plus, his gift to Pepper as well at Christmas time is blowing up all of his Iron Man suits at the end of the film. And he obviously talks in his narration because obviously in it he is narrating to Bruce Banner, to be fair, but he's obviously talking about the holiday spirit and everything that's in there. So there is a debate about whether this is technically classed as a Christmas film. If we're going to include Die Hard as a Christmas film, I would probably then include this on the list. Where do you sit on it on a list of? There's obviously not that many superhero films or TV series, but where would this sit on the list of Christmas-based things?
Well, do we include the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special?
We will be getting to that, yes.
I want to even weirdly say that might be my favorite blend of comic characters or like the comic stories and Christmas. That might be it. I mean, it's for pound, even though it's super short, but pound for pound, like I love that one. So Iron Man 3 I like though. Iron Man 3 is actually 20th on my full MCU rankings.
Nice.
And it's actually higher than a lot of people. I like it more than most people like it.
Yeah,
I'm the guy who really hates when people lose their powers and have to do the movie without their powers. But I thought this one was done well with that in mind. I think it was still entertaining. It was still kind of an engaging story. He stuck out in Tennessee. It was kind of weird, right? Not what you want out of Iron Man 3. Plus, their use of the Mandarin was terrible. Even though we all love Trevor Slattery now, it's just it's not really the villain you look for. And to be honest, when he brought all those suits to the battle at the end, I thought that was really cool. I was down. But definitely the weakest Iron Man movie. And not a ton of Christmas vibes there either, but a lot of
I would put it above Iron Man 2 because you're saying it's the weakest out of the three. I think. I mean, I'm one of those rare people that like the entire trilogy. I don't have too many issues with Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3, but I still think Iron Man 3 is probably better than 2.
Okay. See, I actually love Iron Man 2. I don't know why people hate it so much. I get it stuffed and all this stuff, but like I was saying with Theory in the Lab, I kind of love lore. I love interconnectivity. I love introducing, I love a big universe full of these characters that we're all familiar with. So I was fine with Black Widow stuffed in there, Nick Fury stuffed in there, the Rhodey thing stuffed in there. I kind of like that stuff. It was very entertaining throughout. And the villain was kind of not great, but he wasn't bad in my opinion. I kind of liked the villain. It was just a fun movie. I like it.
We'll move on to the next one then, which is the Hawkeye TV series. So again, based around Christmas time, plenty of involvement around Christmas and family and everything around there. I think this is probably, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, probably the most Christmassy one because they tried to incorporate quite a bit of Christmas into it.
True. Christmassy.
And even obviously the poster that I took straight from online, it obviously goes Christmassy as well, to be fair. What did you make of Hawkeye? Is it because obviously we have the big fight at the end as well, when they're on the ice rink in front of the Christmas tree, and I don't know where it is in New York where that is based, but But obviously, so they incorporate around Christmas time. So I would have this definitely on a Christmas list, and I actually really enjoyed the Hawkeye series overall.
I do too. I like Hawkeye. Um, Thinking back on it, I remember Echo's introduction. I thought was pretty exciting, but I really didn't like her show, so
Hmm.
her introduction became a little less exciting. But I thought bringing Echo into that was pretty cool. Same with Kingpin, right? They brought Kingpin back, but he was
Yeah.
very strange. But still, I kind of like seeing Kingpin. I like seeing Hawkeye like talk about him like he's a big threat. Like, oh, this is the guy I was worried about. And also, Hawkeye has he has his single coolest action scene in this series. And I think it's episode 2 or 3 in the warehouse. And he's just dropping dudes with arrows, doing really cool stuff. Kate was cool too. The Ronin part was cool. That's ripping that from the comics was a lot of fun. But also Yelena. Yelena's scenes were really fun in there as well. Her and Kate have a really cool dynamic. I like them together on screen. But this is, I think, one of the better Disney Plus MCU series. So, in a not a lot of them are great, but I liked Hawkeye.
I'm trying to remember where I rated it. I think I had it like 6th or something like that on my Disney Plus series list. Out of all the ones they've done, I quite enjoyed it. I'm going to drop this banger simply because when I dropped it with different groups at the time of when this series came out, I got absolutely hounded for it. I am not the biggest Yelena fan.
Okay, yeah. You're not.
I don't think she like Florence Pugh as an actress is great. She's done a lot of good stuff, and she is a fine actress. But I don't know why this character is people rate it so highly. It's just an average character. There's nothing absolutely special about her. She's just another Black Widow, and obviously just almost a carbon copy replacement of Natasha, but with just a bit more humor. And so I don't see what's special about her as a character. There's nothing that like she does that's so out there and amazingly special that it makes me think that she deserves all the praise that she gets as a character. I just don't see it. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone.
That's fair. For me, I think she feels, compared to Natasha, she feels more down to earth, genuine, and real as a character. And not bad looking either. But I really do like her. I think she has a solid presence. I think she's funnier than Black Widow, and I think she is more like relatable in a way, or she acts that way, like the way she relates with Sentry or other people. I don't know. I do like Yelena quite a bit, probably even more than Scarlett's Black Widow for sure.
Yeah, I just don't know what it is. I just look at it and go, if she wasn't in the MCU, I don't think it would make a minute's bit of difference, to be honest.
Yeah,
you could replace her with 10 other characters exactly the same, and it wouldn't make any difference either way. So,
and they're pretty much just trying to make sure they have a Black Widow in the future. So
yeah,
Scarlett's done, and that's our new Black Widow.
Indeed. And then, so let's move on then to the last out of the 4 that we're going to be looking at, which is, as I mentioned earlier, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, a properly holiday / Christmas themed superhero project, which is incredibly rare for us to get one. Obviously featuring Kevin Bacon. What did you make of this one?
I loved it. And I remember it being such a surprise. Like I didn't know what to expect out of this. And I don't know how long we knew this was coming out ahead of time. Maybe we knew, maybe we didn't. But still, when it dropped and I watched it, it was like oh my god, this is literally just like a long scene of a chain of scenes in an actual Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Like we're literally getting a chunk of Guardians of the Galaxy, and it was a delight. And it was interestingly so contrasted to the third movie because this was your very light tone, fun. Going into that movie 3, which is definitely probably the darkest Guardians movie. So it's almost like they kind of wanted to lighten the mood a little bit before we get moody. But we also learned that Peter Quill and Mantis are related. They're brother and sister. So that's crazy. And the Kevin Bacon stuff was all hilarious. And yeah, just a fun little surprise.
Well, I think that's one of the things I was going to mention was the fact that I think everyone underestimates how important this is to the MCU in general as well, though, because it's the first time we see the Guardians post Endgame. So we see what kind of state they're in. And the fact that obviously Peter's drinking himself into a stupor a lot of the time because he's obviously lost Gamora. Nebula's dealing with all the post-Thanos stuff from Endgame and Infinity War as well, having been one of the people that was there and had to live through the blip as well. And obviously Rocket and Groot, and as you say, Drax, and obviously that connection between Peter and Mantis, that they're siblings. So this was actually quite important for the context of what the Guardians have gone through themselves. So I didn't think it was going to be that important, because you think it's just, it's a holiday special where they kidnap Kevin Bacon as to give as a present. But in context of like seeing where the Guardians are, and then that connection of Peter and Mantis, it actually turned out to be a lot more important to to their story in the MCU than you would think.
Mm-hmm. Especially the thinking of what it was going to be like. We didn't think it was going to be much, especially how they opened up as an animated intro. Did that not have you thinking the whole thing was just an animated thing?
No, because there was a little trailer for it, wasn't there? So I knew it wasn't going to be animated. But
okay, I forgot. But it did throw you off. You're like, okay, well, it made you think, okay, this is even maybe less important than I thought it might have been.
But it definitely a fun little story, and obviously seeing Mantis and Drax on Earth chasing Kevin Bacon was quite amusing to me, because obviously they don't understand the customs, and they're there like with the the inflatable candy canes and stuff like that they're like trying to keep hold of, because they think they're fun and whatever. To me, that was probably some of the best bits of it. And then obviously bringing him to their base at nowhere, and Peter's like, you can't just kidnap someone. What are you doing? Mantis using her powers to make him passive and malleable to what they're doing. It was, and then obviously the connection at the end where they're like they're obviously having the music and everything like that. So yeah, to me, this is definitely probably the best Christmas option that we've got, simply because it is based around that, and it's got the Christmas spirit. It's written into the story that this is about, the holiday season, festive time, and family, and all that kind of like goopy emotional stuff that you expect from a Christmas film. So would you say it's up there as your favorite one?
Pound for pound, I'll go with yes.
Fair enough, because I don't think there's too many people that disagree with you. But I did obviously throw a poll up on YouTube for these four and asking the audience exactly what they thought about it. So would you say this comes out number one?
I'm going to guess, actually, yeah.
So there we go. It was close for a while, to be fair. For a good chunk, there was only 1% between Batman Returns and Guardians of the Galaxy until literally the last couple of hours when I went back to check on it, and Guardians of the Galaxy stretched itself ahead. So considering, obviously, I said the best project, it comes close to being good, but a good one for Batman Returns, which is exactly why you should go and watch it, because Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman is both amazing and terrible at the exact same time. But she uses like a whip in it. And just for context, people seeing Michelle Pfeiffer in a skin tight leather catsuit using a whip is something that a lot of people enjoy. And all the whip work she does in it is genuinely real as well. She actually spent time rehearsing it and learning how to do it properly.
Interesting.
So definitely worth, I think it was. Yeah, it's no surprise really that Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special comes out number one as the best Christmas-based superhero project. Didn't exactly get a lot to pick from, to be fair. So I think someone said in the comment section for this, they said Jingle All the Way was their favorite one. And I'm like, not really superhero-based, but Arnold Schwarzenegger saving kids at Christmas time, I suppose.
Oh, Jingle All the Way. I forgot about that. I loved that as a kid. I don't know how I would feel about it now, but wow, that's so weird. I didn't think of that. I've seen that a ton as a kid. Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, his kid is such a big fan of this toy. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger is just a washed up, just not a great dad this whole time, super annoying. And then he becomes this freaking superhero toy, and it's ridiculous. But I've seen it a lot. That's quite a Christmas movie. Good call.
I think there's a lot of Christmas films I probably forget about that I've would have seen lots as a kid growing up in like the 80s and 90s, and that I can't even think about now. So I probably have to do a bit more research on the things that I used to watch that I haven't seen for like decades, because I'm sure there's better ones out there than the ones I'm thinking about off the top of my head. But it's just all the ones that sprung to mind were things like Love Actually, because it's so famous a film over here. And some of the ones you mentioned, obviously like Elf and things like that, are already up there. So did you watch Red One that was on Prime last year, that was like the Rock and Chris Evans and stuff?
I put it on. I don't remember liking it though. I don't remember.
It was pretty average, to be fair.
Yeah,
but it's just the fact they're trying a lot more to try and make more Christmas movies, but just none of them are going to be as iconic as the ones we grew up with, I suppose.
Yeah, there is a certain creative flair that we're missing from that kind of movie. It's like the Christmas spirit is
Mhm.
for real disappearing. Like less people are decorating, it seems like. Less people are like doing the festivities together. And it's a digital age, of course, everyone's on their screens, but it is. And you see that in comedies too. There's not like that same comedic flair. Plus, where's all the rated R comedies? Where did all of those go? We get so few of those. We used to get one, a few every summer, a bunch every year. Your Wedding Crashers, 40-Year-Old Virgin, your Knocked Up, Super Bad, all that stuff. Like, where's the spirit, guys? Come on.
Yeah, definitely need some of the all that back, because I was chatting with the wife actually about things like they just don't get to make those type of things anymore. Like they're bringing back, like the Scary Movie parody film that they did the bunch of them off. They're bringing that back, and I'm like, I don't think they're going to get away with a lot of the jokes they used to.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. The same with like the Scrubs TV series that's coming back in February, and like when you watch it back and go, they wouldn't probably get away with a lot of the jokes they made back then now. So it's going to be interesting to see how things that they could do like 15 years ago, how it's changed and how they're going to change to fit in with how things are perceived nowadays, isn't it? So.
Yeah, because everyone's too damn sensitive nowadays, where the humor is supposed to cross the line of inappropriate. It's supposed to be inappropriate, and it's supposed to be taken lightly. It is not supposed to be taken literally or seriously. People just get all flared up at every little joke, and it's just going to cause them anxiety and depression, and it's just too far, and they're harmful, and you can't even like have fun anymore, man. The spirit's getting ripped out of everything. Yeah, so if you look at Scary Movie, like those are so funny because they cross the line so much and were so absurdly offensive that you can't do that now. I don't know. A part of me feels like that might be coming back. People might start. It seems like maybe society and people are starting to calm down and open up a little bit and be like, oh, okay, this isn't that serious. People can be funny. That's just a very optimistic view. I don't know if it's accurate, but I'm really hoping it comes back. You know what? I think everyone just needs to get on, a little psychedelic trip, a little healthy mind, a soul searching thing, and figure it out, learn that we're all together. We all want love and happiness. We all want to laugh. We don't I don't experience a ton of people just running around hating each other. You only see it online and like where people are behind a screen or, and then it's almost like that mentality is pervading society. Like we're supposed to be hateful and conflictual, and it's so annoying. Everything used to be seems easygoing, but I don't know. We're just like in our 30s and 40s and whatever now. So is that all of the parents end up saying that when they're this age? Is that what it is?
I think I'm experiencing is like I'm the oldest one out of our group on the pod, and like all the things that I used to hear adults say when I was like as a kid or a teenager, and I'm like, damn, I'm starting to say those things now. I understand. So it's just the rite of passage when you get older. Let's end this on just one other note. Then is that Santa is real in Marvel Comics, isn't he? He's an actual mutant. He has omega level powers, and he's been in a few fights. Have you read any of those stories with him in?
No, and I don't want to.
It's just funny that they made him like an omega level mutant, and he's got some of the best powers. He's had some big fights with some of the X-Men and a couple of other villains.
That is funny. Is this leading to an MCU David Harbour turning into the violent Santa and going on a slaughter fest? Santa kills the Marvel Universe?
It's just the Guardian dresses up as Santa at Christmas time and goes on a big rampage. But that covers it. Just wanted to do a quick little Christmassy themed episode there, just chatting about some of our Christmas-based superhero films. JD, thank you very much for joining us, buddy. As I said at the start, everyone, you know where to follow us by now. We've got some great stuff coming up in the new year. Obviously, the next Stranger Things Part 2 is coming up soon with all those episodes released on Boxing Day. The guys recently covered Welcome to Derry. We're going to have, obviously, the end of the 2025 box office drafts. That's pretty much coming to its end as well. But obviously the annual Cities Awards coming up in January as well. Plenty to look forward to in 2026, not to mention all the great stuff we're going to be covering next year. And I don't know if you saw today as well, they dropped that Steve Rogers trailer officially online, if anyone that hasn't seen it. So we chatted about that in our episode with Theory in the Lab that we did on Sunday. A beautiful episode. Go check that out as well. But lots to look forward to in 2026 with the Why So Serious podcast. But have a good Christmas, everyone. Have a good holiday time. And we will be back and we will see you soon. Until then, take care.